Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. In today's video we are going to be working on part 3 of the most extreme declutter ever that we've ever done. So I wanted to take a second at the start of this video to thank you all so much for the incredible support on the channel recently. I'm absolutely blown away, and if I'm being honest, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. We've had a huge surge in new subscribers and views and everything like that in the last kind of week to 10 days. And I just wanted to say to you guys from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And it means the absolute world to me. I can't even express in words how much. And with that in mind, I want to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome into the community, and I look forward to getting to know you guys. So, with all that out of the way, what we're going to be focusing on today is working on this second wardrobe here behind you. Why is it always behind you? I don't know. Anyway, it is, okay? It's fine. Don't worry about it. But anyway, in this wardrobe, for those of you who've been here before, you know what's in here. Lots of stuff. For those of you who are new or haven't seen this wardrobe before, in here is like cosmetics, skincare. We got books, we got electronics, we got stationery, we got cushions, we got tech boxes. There's loads of stuff, guys. I can't even explain to you how much loads of stuff is. But anyway, part of the reason for that is in case you haven't been here or you are new here, all these shelves were full previously in the past. If you look back on the old videos, you'll see it. And what I wanted to do was see if I could compact, should I say, everything into here and see if I could live without these shelves being full. And it was also to help reduce the dust because I was having a problem at the time with allergies and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so it's been at least a year, guys. Let's be real, it's been at least a year. The books are in here. Honestly, I haven't read a lot of them. So one thing that I will say is books for me are a really difficult thing for me to get rid of. I really struggle with them. I always have. For years, I wouldn't get rid of a single book, and I did this massive book declutter. And I'll be totally honest with you guys, I don't miss them. I really don't miss them. I haven't gone looking for any of them. So it's been a real challenge for me. Books are still a bit of a, shall I say, a sore subject for me. I still find it challenging to part with them. Books have just been a huge part of my life for pretty much most of my life. But anyway, what we're going to be focusing on today is cosmetics, lotions, shampoos, perfumes, that kind of thing. Like I have like random stuff like this on shelves, and I ordered a couple of things before Christmas. So the stuff is everywhere and it's ridiculous, and I've too much stuff in here, more than I could ever possibly use. So we're going to go through, we're going to get rid of what we're not going to use, and we're going to donate that. Where we can, we're going to, anything that's gone off, we're going to get rid of, like just immediately. And as you guys know, I always rinse out everything, recycle the bottles as best I can, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go through everything, get rid of what we don't need. And we will hopefully get through all of cosmetics and skincare, makeup, all that kind of stuff today. If we've time, we'll go further. Honestly, with the amount of stuff that there is, I don't think we will. Anyway, this has been the longest intro in the history of the world. I do apologise. I love you all so much, and I literally, guys, my brain still cannot comprehend what is happening. And I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for the support. It means so much to me. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. I'll just explain to you, cosmetics are everywhere, right? There's those 3 there. You think that's not a huge deal, that's fine. I have parts of a gift set just here because I'm using these. This is the order I was telling you about that I got before Christmas. I got them in there. Guys, this looks small, okay? But it hides a dark secret. Okay? There's more in there. Okay, I'll be honest, we have some more stuff in here. Okay? Alright? Now, you might look at all that and say, my God, you got a lot of stuff there, girl. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Shaboom. Shaboom. Okay? This is freaking redonkulous. I am one person, and this is insane. Okay, so in here, we have a mishmash. So I need to go through it. Obviously, I need to go through everything. But in here, I think this is hair stuff. We've got like masks and miniatures in here, travel size. We've got sun cream and body sprays, I think, back there. This is makeup and other random crap. Oh, I bought this as well to keep on my brushes in IKEA. Quite happy with it. It works very well. I need to find a home for these. My palettes are in the back there. Random cream, random foundation, drawers full of random crap, more random crap. Oh, and for those of you who haven't seen it before, that's like stationery kind of bits. I think there's some stationery in here as well. Books, 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 DVDs. I don't even know why I still have DVDs. I don't even know what's behind them. But anyway, don't worry about that. That's gaming, a lot of Sims. That's my bag of electronics. That I think is bag of like candles and other crap I never use. Other weighted blanket, diamond painting and other crap. Oh, there's my ring light. See guys, I didn't even know where my ring light was. Anyway, my trusty label maker. Anyway, what we're going to be focusing on today. Oh, I didn't even show you this one. Kaboom. You're not even ready. Oh my God, guys, this is insane. Anyway, focus on today. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And if we get through them, I'll be delighted. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys. I want to get rid of, I'm going to say at least 50% of this because it's ridiculous. I'm one person. Also, half it's probably gone off. Okay, so one job I want to do now before I put it off any longer is this. Put this back where I had it before, because I just find it's much better when it's over here. So in case you're wondering, because you probably can't see with this angle, I'm putting it on top of the dresser. And what that does is it gives me more floor space, but as well as giving me more floor space, it also clears up this area here. So I can open these doors so I can access them easier, because that's a huge reason I don't access this wardrobe, because it's always blocked. And also it stops me going overboard with the wardrobe on top of the dresser. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear off this unit. I have my IKEA bag here ready for it and we're letting go of. I'll pop that over here. And as per usual, we're going to throw everything on the bed because it's pretty much the biggest surface we have in the room. So I'm going to start by clearing all this off of here because I really want to bring everything together. See, I can see there's way too much stuff. Like, it's clearly obvious. I don't need half of it. I don't even want half of it. I just put off getting rid of it or dealing with it. But I want to see it in a pile as well to really like reiterate to myself how much excess I have. So I'm going to get started with that. Something I want to discuss in today's video is the emotional impact of decluttering, whereas that's guilt and shame associated with letting stuff that wasn't used go, whether it's the emotional attachment to sentimental items or other people's items. It's a hugely emotional journey to declutter, and I think it's something that isn't talked about enough, and I would like to discuss it today. Okay, so what I'm going to start doing now is just literally unloading all of this, getting it all out onto the bed. And guys, really, I want to get this into, 2 of these shelves if I can. Like, 1 would be ideal, but like, it's probably going to be 2. I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be 2, okay? But I'm going to do my absolute very best. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop waffling because all I'm doing is delaying the inevitable. One challenge I've had to overcome in the journey of decluttering is letting go of stuff I didn't use and letting go of the guilt and the shame of purchasing too much and then it going to waste because I didn't use it, or having all this stuff that I didn't need. And there's a huge amount of kind of guilt and shame associated with that. And that really is something that I think in order to really declutter are emotions you have to let go of. You have to decide to let go of them. But decluttering can bring up an awful lot of those feelings. It can be the blanket that was knitted for you 30 years ago that you never used, whether due to the fact that you forgot you had it, or it was in storage, or just the fact that you didn't want to damage it. And I think that brings up a lot of emotion for people, especially items such as gifts or sentimental items. There's a kind of mindset that you don't want to damage something, so you protect it so much to the point that it becomes useless because it never gets used for the function it was designed for. This can create a lot of guilt and shame about being wasteful and not using what you have and taking stuff for granted, which can also create a lot of guilt during the decluttering journey. What I have discovered is this here is actually all stationery. Sorry, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about. This one here, my label maker. This is all pens, markers, pencil, and that will have to be gone through because it's a lot of stuff. Like, it's a lot of stuff. But as I said, we're sticking with cosmetics skincare, makeup, all that kind of stuff today. And I also want to get the stuff out of the drawer, which I know seems a little bit probably all over the place. But the reason for that is that I'm trying to get this whole category done. If you could see what was on my bed, you're going to see it in a second. I haven't even touched the drawers yet. Every year I think I've gotten rid of so much stuff. But yeah, okay. Right. This is up here rather than on the bed because it falls apart very easily. So I've knocked it over enough times and let's pick it all up to know better. Okay, so and I'm gonna be honest, guys, I have a lot of stuff in here that I'm like, I'll put in a hand cream, I'll put in, you know, perfume, I'll put in sun cream, and then when I actually go to look for it, I can't find it. And then I end up getting another one from there and putting it in. And anyway, this has boxes in it to keep it organised. It's not working because there's too much crap in the drawer. Anyway, I'm just dealing with cosmetics right now. It's going to look like a mess afterwards. We'll deal with that in a while. But right now, we're going through the cosmetics. Actually, one more thing, as I showed you at the start, add them to the pile. I think as well that a lot of the emotions that I experienced throughout the decluttering journey can create a lot of conflict within people in making decisions. I know a big one for me in the past has been, well, I don't want to waste this thing, so then I choose to hold on to it. But then I feel bad that I held on to it and didn't use it, or it went off, or somebody else could have used it, which then makes me feel guilty and then makes me feel really bad. And then you kind of circle on back to that feeling that why didn't you just let it go in the first place? And you kind of conspire in this way. And that's why I always mention when all these emotions come up with decluttering, number one, prepare for them before you start, but also have grace, have compassion for yourself. Because although, yes, I'm talking about quite a few negative emotions, and I usually lead with them because I think they can be the sum of the most challenging parts of experiencing decluttering. And I think that's something that people should be aware of before they start. But there's also a lot of positive emotions and experiences through decluttering. You can discover things that you thought you'd lost forever. You can discover items that you haven't seen them in so long, you don't remember them. But when you do see them, they bring back memories of places and people and events you haven't thought of in years, which can be a really nice, like, nostalgic, enjoyable experience, which can really make you focus in on what's important to you and what are the important things that you should be holding on to and letting go of. And being reminded of that throughout the process by actually feeling it is a really important step in keeping on track with decluttering. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be honest, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here because this drawer is so much worse than I thought that it was. Yeah. So I had like stuff here that was like cosmetics, but it's more like medicine, first aid bits. I put that in here. That's, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, that's a lot of what I'm doing. But then I found all these pens. Because, you know, you have to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pens that I've found so far in multiple colours when you're going to sleep. What? One of the reasons I bought these baskets here was to like keep this drawer like only for when I'm getting up. Stuff I need first thing in the morning, stuff I need when I go into bed. Like one pen is fine. I don't even know why I need a pen. The thing I wanted to talk about today is not only what we've discussed, but also reflecting back on the last couple of videos in the series. I know I've talked about simplifying and I've also talked about setting expectations. And one thing I have to say when I was going through this process was my expectations needed to be wrangled a little bit because I overstretched the boundary of what I wanted to do. What I initially wanted to do was the cosmetics and the wardrobe. But then I was like, oh no, I have to include the locker as well. There's only a few things in it. And I underestimated the amount of time it was going to take. How labour intensive it was going to be, how many like fiddly little bits of things I'd have to go through. And a journey and a process that I thought would take maybe 2.5 hours ended up taking well over 4.5. And because of that, this video is now in 2 parts. And the next part will be next week, because I literally couldn't condense down the footage enough, or to where I was happy with in the amount of time that I had left after filming all of this, and then having to break it down into the video that you'll be watching today. And I think with that, the job was the point, should I say, of what I'm trying to say is that I forgot to simplify. I forgot to say, you know, we're focusing on the wardrobe, the cosmetics in the wardrobe. We're going to simplify. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to pick up that little box on the Calyx unit. We're not going to go through the drawer. We're not going to grab that shower gel over there. You know, and I could have simplified it down. And I thought I was doing that by going, oh, I'm going to simplify it to the category of cosmetics. Where in this case, that didn't simplify things. It made it more difficult. Now, it's a learning curve. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong, and that's okay. You know, it's about progress, not perfection. Which, as a bit of a perfectionist, and by a bit I mean completely, I am working on and I am struggling with, but I am trying to keep that attitude. And I encourage you guys to try it as well. It's quite liberating at times. But getting back to what I was saying, my expectations were not realistic in taking on this project, shall we say. I didn't regulate my expectations in relation to the time it was going to take. How much, you know, work was actually involved, like mentally, how much I have to invest into this. Emotionally, it didn't really bother me so much. A lot of the stuff that I have here is stuff I knew I needed to get rid of, was stuff I forgot about, or stuff that I'm just not attached to. And I have to say, when you're not attached to the stuff and it's just, you see it as what it is, random items, it does make the decluttering job a lot easier in relation to the emotional side of it. But one thing it doesn't make easier is the fact that you're sitting there going through items that you promised last year you would use, you haven't touched, and now you're throwing them away. Now, I tried to save every single thing I could in the big bag there, the blue bag. And I'm going to go around to family and friends and see, you know, what people want. I've already texted and contacted a few of them so far. So, to see if anyone's interested. And I've had quite a few takers so far. So, I'm really happy about that. And that has made me feel better about this whole situation, that I'm not just throwing stuff that's perfectly good and perfectly usable into the bin. So the other part is simplifying, as I've previously mentioned. I didn't simplify the right way, shall we say. Now, there is no right, there is no wrong way, but I could have simplified it much easier, like sticking with the category of cosmetics. I was sticking with the category of cosmetics, but then I got into, oh, I have medical stuff here, and I have this thing and that thing and the other thing. So that technically kind of ties in, and then it just became bigger and bigger and bigger. And the job became very, very big. Now, as you're watching this, the job is finished. But I tried to get the video down to a reasonable time and cover everything that I covered and talk about everything I wanted to talk about. But I honestly didn't think you guys were going to sit here for like 2 hours. So it's cut the way it is, and I really hope you guys enjoy it the way it is done. Referring back to now what I was talking about previously when I started this video today, the emotional impact of decluttering. It's not something I feel that's talked about enough. I feel like a lot of people touch on it. I feel like a lot of people mention it. But a lot of people, I also feel, brush over it and go, oh yeah, you're going to feel some feelings and you might feel guilty and you might feel upset. But like, it'll be fine. After a day or two, you'll be fine. I've done decluttering and let go of hugely sentimental items, and I have felt it for a few days afterwards. Now, I wouldn't say I felt regret, because I think if you regret getting rid of a lot of stuff, unless there's like a pre-existing condition there, for example, hoarding disorder, hoarding disorder can make it you regret letting go of literally anything. But I think aside from that, or similar mental health conditions, I think if you're regretting stuff, you probably weren't ready to let it go. And I also like to say, like, yes, push yourself. Yes, be savage. But don't push yourself to the point that you're literally risking your own mental health. You know what I mean? Just to get rid of a few items. That to me is not productive. It is not beneficial. That's kind of torturing yourself in a way. And I just think that for me anyway, and I can only speak for myself and my experiences, decluttering to me has always been such a positive thing. It's always been a fresh start, a clean slate, you know, a new beginning. It's been a, you know, out with the old, in with the new. It's been getting rid of the excess, trying to narrow down and figure out the core of it, what's important, what the focus should be. And I think decluttering works in that way, that it helps to redirect your mind. Very similar to meditation. In meditation, you try and just focus on your breathing. And that really grounds you and makes you aware, I think, in a lot of ways, of how much distraction there is. And I think having a lot of items around you all the time that aren't useful, aren't productive, and you don't use, can create a lot of mental kind of traffic, mental congestion, if you will, and just really weigh on you. A thing I've heard, and I can't remember who said it, and I think I've said many, many times on the channel, is I like to think that your space around you is a reflection of your mind. If you look around and your house or your bedroom or whatever, your garden, it doesn't matter what, is trashed, is in an absolute mess, it's very likely that so is your head, so is your mind. And I think people wildly underestimate the impact of decluttering and getting rid of all that extra, you know, excess out of your room and out of your head as well. It's like, you know, when you're trying to have a phone call with someone and someone else is talking to you and there's another person down the road who's shouting up at you and you can't hear what anybody's saying and everything's so distracting and it's so hard to focus. But I think when you declutter, you remove those extra voices and you leave only the focus of what's important to you, what you truly care about. You're left with items that reflect who you are and reflect importance in your life, and you're not surrounded by junk and excess. But yeah, the drawer looks much better. I can see everything in it. Oh, I need to put this back in. My little toolkit as well. I can see everything in it. Hopefully nothing's going to slide around. I might put in this Sani as well. Which one is it? There's one of them's like half empty. This one. Just for when the other one runs out. I just like to have it in, you know, if I'm, just keep my hands clean. Obviously I can go in next door and wash them, but you know, when you're like, especially if I'm like clean in here and I want to just keep going, sometimes I'll just hand sanitize every so often just to keep my hands fresh. Anyway, that took way longer, like 24 times longer than it should have. Probably going to do a video on a drawer. I'm going to stop right here and say, just in case I need to, this cosmetic, skincare, yada yada, etc., so on and so forth, may end up being 2 videos. I don't know, but just saying it now.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of...
So guys, you may have seen me earlier even doing this bag. I was just picking up stuff that wasn't in its home to gather later. So I have stuff like the this drawer here is for like tools, brushes, like brushes that won't fit into the holder and stuff, like big kabukis and that kind of thing. So it's like tools like these rubby in things like sharpeners and that kind of stuff.
Go on, blow up your ego, your undying ego.
And guys, right now what I'm doing, I'm just sorting. I'm not even saying I'll keep all this. I'm just sorting it in to where it needs to go, because honestly, I'm gonna empty half of this. I really just want to empty this bag, to be honest. I'm gonna just pour it straight out. Take it all out. So I'm gonna use this bag to pick up everything from the drawer that shouldn't have been in the drawer, or you know what I mean, it's not gone back in the drawer. And then I can deal with that in a little while, because I really want to stay focused on this, because I know this is going to take a long, long time. This is all like the random crap that was in my drawer. And what I'm trying to kind of do as well is if the stuff is cosmetic, I'll leave it out. So guys, what I'm going to do is I have this little bag here. I'm going to pop it off to the side out of the shot. And then as I discover stuff throughout what I'm cleaning and going through everything that's not supposed to be in here and needs to go somewhere else, I'm going to put it in here. I'm also going to limit myself to this bag that if it gets full, I will empty it. Let's take off that plastic. Because guys, I've got to be honest, this video is getting pretty chaotic and it's kind of, it's stressing me out a little bit. Stressing me out a little bit. So, some of the stuff I already know I'm going to keep. Some of it, it's just a case of removing packaging. That kind of thing. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm talking about. You can't. Okay, so I'm going to go through everything. Remove packaging where I can. Get rid of what I don't want. I'm sure there's piles of empties in here. Like, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there's stuff I'm never going to use. Or bought because it was a great idea at the time. That kind of thing. Like this here, for example, I already know what's in this. And everything in here I'm keeping. But like, so yeah, like even, I'm going to do stuff like this as well. Like if I find the box. So there's the box for that. Fabulous. Fabulous. Anyway, yeah, look, I'm getting off topic. Right, come here to me now. I know, me getting off topic, can you believe it? I know, you can't. Me rambling. Never. That was very sarcastic. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here. If I think it's expired, what I've usually in the past, I'll actually try each product and whatever. I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours and do that. I know what's expired. Most of the stuff, I've talked about this on my channel before, but as I said, we have a lot of new people, so I'm going to go over it again, and if you've heard it 10 times, sorry about that, lads and lasses and everybody in between. Does this have one? Of course the one I pick up doesn't have one. That has the world's smallest one. Come on. One of you. If I had tried to do this, I wouldn't have been able to. This one's fabulous, okay? So, you see this little dude here? This little jar thing? This little dude here? So you'll either usually see the number inside the little jar, or you'll see it beside the little jar. Anyway, this here is the expiration from opening. Open lids, 18 months for this exactly. Now this is still sealed, so we're golden. But it's on all, they're required to put it on all cosmetics products. I keep picking the worst ones, guys, I swear to God. I'm not doing this on purpose, I promise. I want to show you one that's really like clear and easy to see. So this one here is like 12 months. Now obviously that's 12 months from opening. A lot of this stuff has never been opened. But obviously, like that there's still sealed. The camera woke up today, lads, and shows violence. Sorry if I keep calling you lads. I apologise. It's a very bad habit I've gotten into recently. I've been around somebody who says it constantly and I picked it up. But like that's sealed, so by virtue of the fact that it's sealed, it should still be fine. But obviously use your own discretion, use your head. If you've had a moisturiser for 5 years and it hasn't been opened, chances are it's gone off. Okay, so I hope you guys can see everything. So what I was saying was, I had a load of Soap and Glory stuff. I bought all of it, well, like a lot of it when it was 75% off after Christmas, when they're getting rid of the gift set, so I had loads of everything. The problem was I wasn't using it, and I kind of thought, oh, you know, 12 months after opening, it'll be fine, it's sealed. It wasn't. I opened up loads of it. I literally had to throw, like, almost half of it away, and I hate waste, guys. I absolutely despise waste. I cannot stand it. Drives me demented. Anyway, that's been sufficiently dramatic about how much I don't like waste. But, you know, obviously use your own discretion. If something's been here for 5 years, don't use it. Other tips, stuff like pressurized things, spray cans. Here's a perfect example. If there's any rust around the bottom, on the edge of these, aerosols, there you go, got there in the end. If there's any rust and like that on the bottom, throw them away. They need to go. Recycle them immediately, because they're actually dangerous when they're rusted. Anyway, guys, this is like waffle century. Am I annoying you with how much I'm talking? Because I'm talking because I feel like I'm annoying myself. Anyway, I'm going to whip through this stuff as quick as lightning. I'm probably not going to talk again. You know, obviously I'll have voiceover, but not directly to you guys till I've gone through it. I'm going to be an absolute savage. I want at least half of this gone. This stuff is harder for me because a lot of it's like functional. It's like someone can use it. I'm going to have another box. See this box here? I'm going to use this box for stuff that I'm not going to use right now. I'm going to see if my dad wants it. I'm going to see if any of my friends or family, stuff that they would use. Because I know one of my friends, she's like a lot of makeup and she loves makeup, and she'll probably take a lot of it if I don't use it. Anyway, enough waffle, enough ramming on. We've a lot to get through. Can't believe I'm still talking. Without further ado, let's get rid of half this crap. The phrase I hear a lot thrown around when people are decluttering is potential and promise, and you know, the item could be this, that and the other. And that's very true, but I like to think of it in the sense of the potential for the item, the promise for it, if it's to go to somebody else. What is the potential if it's given to someone who thinks differently or will use it differently? And I also like to think of the potential for your own personal growth and development if you declutter the items that you don't need and don't want, and create an open, healthy, calm space for yourself to live in and experience every day. And I think that's really important. Hello. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I am embarrassed. And I'm annoyed. And I'm a bit infuriated. Guys, number one, okay, clips. Now, these clips, I have a lot of the same ones, the purple, that's for my hot rollers, so I have no issue with them. You know, combs and stuff, fine, no issue. Look. That's a whole load of hair ties. Look at it. Loads of them. Loads of them. Those ones. Random earrings. More bloody clips. More of these. More what the flip else is in? There's makeup brushes in here for some reason. Guys, did I just give up halfway through the last one and just throw a load of crap in a bag? Here's the ones from the drawer, okay? I'm going to put them in here. Right, and just so you guys can see how much there is, right? There's a couple of clips I missed in here. Don't worry about that, okay? That's fine. No issue there. Okay, take you out, put you over here.
Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy.
Can someone please explain to me why one person needs this many hair ties? I'm trying to even get you the angle with it all flat so you can see them all spread out. What the flip? Guys, half of the 3/4 these are going. This is insane. I am one person with one head of hair. This is flipping. This is the problem when you have them in drawers and presses. You bring them all together, you realise you have 74 million. Do you know what else is the funny thing? Do you think I can find one of these when I need one? No, I can't. No, I flipping can't. I've 2 spare ones in my handbag. That's the only ones I knew about. I'm actually really embarrassed and I'm really annoyed because this is literal. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing. This is literal freaking madness. I can tell you now, all these ones are going with the metal things. They rip your hair out of your head. What I'm going to do is all these metal ones. See that like a metal-y thing? They rip your hair. Well, they rip my hair. I'm going to get rid of all them. Anything like elastic look and cheapy look, and I'm getting rid of. See these thin ones as well? I'll keep a couple of them because they're good for doing hairstyles. But honestly, I need 2 of them to hold my hair. They just, because my hair is smooth, they don't grip it properly. So I'm going to get going on this now and get rid of half of them. I'll check back in with you guys when that's done. So a thing that I notice here while I live in the house of 1,000 hair ties, or bobbins as I like to call them, is reflecting on the excess and the amount of energy and time I wasted looking for hair ties and spending money on hair ties and never being able to find hair ties. And turns out they were in the zippy bag, they were in the basket, they were in the drawer. There's 2 in my handbag that I replace every so often. You know, when I get down to one, I'll kind of root around the room until I can find one to replace that with, because there's nothing worse being out and about and getting stuck out without a hair tie. It's very annoying. But there's just this huge excess of hair ties. Like, I'm one person, I could never use that many. And I feel like it's because I had so many systems put in so many areas and I overcomplicated everything, and I forgot to simplify it, and I forgot to think about what I was doing, and I forgot to set realistic expectations of what I could manage and maintain. And a huge part of this process of decluttering this time is to allow myself to let go of the guilt and the shame of the excess of the stuff I've held on to and just declutter it. I'm going to keep these slim ones. There's about 8 or 10 there, just to keep me going. Even like, see that one there, even it's gone. That's the thing with these slim ones as well. They snap fairly quickly. I'm going to pick a selection. I'm going to stick with the brown ones. 8, 9, 10. Now realistically, guys, I would imagine that I will probably be through these in a year or two. So I have my little bag here. You can see inside I have my few thin ones. Now I have these few thick ones. I will keep these ones here. These are for doing like braids and stuff like that. I do like to do braid every so often. Clips, bobby pins, whatever you want to call them. I have an awful lot of them. I have these loose ones. I have these ones. I have these ones and I have these ones. I really don't do my hair that often, guys. So I'm gonna keep these ones. Anyway, I'm gonna pop them in here. Now guys, remember I told you I couldn't find any tweezers? There's 2 more. 2 more for me, put them on the bottom. Now, all these clips here are for me doing curls and stuff. So my hair is incredibly straight. So when I curl my hair, it like takes a lot to curl it. So I do like different sizes and I have different clips for different things. So I'm gonna gather them all together so you guys can actually see them. I have quite a few. I actually can already see a couple that I can get rid of immediately. Okay. So, actually, do you know what I think I'll do? Hang on, pop these down for a second first. First of all, this is not beauty, it's a blood pressure cuff, so I'm going to take that out of the way immediately. I'm going to take this and I'm going to take this off the bed, make some room. My first AD bits. That is off a phone camera thingy. I don't think I'm going to wear that badge again. Like, the referendum is over. Honestly, I'm just going to make the executive decision straight off. Rather than messing around, I'm throwing all these away because realistically speaking, they've already been worn and they're probably already stretched out. So they're not even going to donate. They're going straight to the bin. Because honestly, there's a lot of hair in the bottom of the basket as well, so it's not clean. Now, clips, they must have fallen out. So here's these ones here. Okay, so they're for different curls. This one here, immediately I'm letting go of it. So I have these ones. I have the shorter ones. That's 2 together. I think I showed you these ones already. And then I have these ones. And they're just for different size curls. There really isn't many of them. I'm going to hold on to them. I threw out the big one. Now. And I missed half the bag. So this is what a thing I do as well. I try and keep this bag here as a boundary for, you know, bobbins, clips, slides, that kind of thing. So if I go outside this, then they're gone. Now, these are also going to go in here. Clips from my curlers. For my heated roller, should I say. Now, and I have all my combs here. So there's my combs. I don't think they'll fit, but I'll see if they will. It would be great if they would. Oh, they will actually. Okay, well that's even better. Okay, so these here, all these bobbins, all these here, they're all going into the bag. Bag is here. This blue bag is donation or given away. See if somebody wants it. I think stuff like bobbins and cosmetics, like the charity shops here won't take them, but like friends and family will. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I really liked these when I got them. I thought they were really cute. They're really soft. But honestly, I think I have every single brush already in here. So I'm actually going to, I have a friend, I'm going to see if she wants these. Donate. I'm also going to see if she wants these. Donate. I'm like getting a bit like, oh, do I really want it? Like, yes, I'm not going to use 250 clips. I don't do my hair enough. Oh yeah, quick question, because I'm sure somebody's going to ask this. See these here? Sanitary products, pads, tampons. Someone's probably going to say, why do you need so many? I actually buy these in the wholesaler. That's why I have so much, that's why I have so many of them. And what I'd really like to be able to do is to get a basket and have them all in one basket. So, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a bit of pressure on myself here, and I'm going to sequester this basket here. I know this was the hair basket, but I'm going to put everything. Actually, do you know what I can do? Cock myself on. What am I doing with my life at all? Now, I know there's been a lot of talking in this video. Not that that's that rare of a thing for my videos, but especially this one. And I just wanted to wrap up by saying, whatever stage of your decluttering journey you're in, whether you're starting it, you've done it many times before, or whatever, I just want to remind you to have patience, have grace, have empathy, have sympathy, and have compassion for yourself. It can be a very difficult journey depending on where in it you are and what kind of stuff you're decluttering. And I just want to make sure that you take breaks, take the time that you need, and remember to look after yourself so that you can fully benefit from the process of decluttering. And maybe even sometimes enjoy it. I just want to take this moment to appreciate you guys, each and every single one of you. I want to say a special shout out to everyone who's been here for a long time. I also want to say a shout out to everyone who's joined us in the last week or two. We've had a huge influx of subscribers and viewers, and it's blown my mind. But I just want to say I appreciate more than I can say each and every one of you. You make it possible for me to do this. And I am here every week because of each and every single one of you. I hope everyone can see what I'm doing okay. So, obviously they're not going to fit, but we got a lot in, which is great. Okay guys, so that is the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I will say it took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. It's always a difficult process, and I always underestimate how long cosmetics and makeup will take, because I start fighting with myself about, oh well, I didn't use it, and all that kind of silliness that doesn't get you anywhere. But anyway, we got through it. I did push through. I reassessed some decisions of stuff I kept and ended up getting rid of it, which I'm really happy about. I've condensed it down, I think, about 40 to 50%. I think around half, because I have a huge IKEA bag there that's like 2/3 of the way full. I'm not really sure it came up with the camera, but it is very, very full. And I have half a shopping bag of stuff that has to go because it's expired. But anyway, I really, really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, if you have any comments or anything you want to let me know about, drop it in the comments below. Please give me a like if you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already and you want to see more content from the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. If you want to ring the bell, you'll be notified when videos go live. I just want to take one more opportunity to say thank you so much for the incredible support I've received on the channel, and especially in the last week or two. It's been absolutely overwhelming. I've never experienced anything like this before, and it's been amazing. It's overwhelming, and I can't even really express it properly because, to be honest, it hasn't really sunk in fully. But I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's a subscriber and a viewer, and who takes the time to like and comment on all other things and just watch the videos. It means the world to me. And I especially want to thank all of our new subscribers who have joined the community recently. I really, really hope you enjoy it here and you feel welcomed and you have a really good time. So I'm going to wrap up for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a great week ahead. And I will talk to y'all soon. Okay, love y'all. Bye.